Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 meals that I make with chicken. In my last video, I did a video on how I cut whole chicken into smaller, portionable sizes like this. If you haven't watched that video, please go back to watch it. And also, you may want to subscribe to my channel so that anytime I make videos and I upload them, you don't miss a thing. Make sure you press the notification bell so that you're updated once I upload. So the first thing I do after cutting up my chicken is to prepare it for boiling or for cooking. So here, what I'm just doing is just chopping up an onion bulb. I do this because it gives a lot of flavor to my food. So once I peel off the skin, I just chop it into smaller portions. It doesn't need to be perfect because we just want to use it to boil the chicken. So once that's done, I just prepare my pan. I put it on, or my pot, I put it on medium heat, and I place my pre-cut chicken into the pot, and then I just begin to spice it up. But the first thing I do is to pour some water. We know chicken doesn't need a lot of water because it creates water by itself. Then I add my onions, and then I put my thyme, lots of thyme, we always need that. And then I put about a full spoon of salt, and then curry as well, and that's about it. So I just stir up my chicken, and then I cover it and leave it to cook, and I leave it to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Once that's done, as you can see, it's just the right texture. I put it into stew. So I can say this is the first meal. I already made stew. This is normal Nigerian stew that you can use for rice, for swallow, for anything. And I add my chicken inside, and then I bring it to a boil again so that the chicken or the stew can enter the chicken, so the chicken can soak the stew. After this is done, I just leave it for another 10 minutes to cook, and then I serve. This is usually the first meal that I prepare once I'm done boiling my chicken. So I just use it to eat rice, swallow, or whatever I like. The second meal I'm going to show you is one of my husband's favorites. Vaya loves this meal so much, and it's so easy to make. So it's from the same base, which is just boiled chicken. So I'm just showing you the ingredients that I'll be using, which is some peri-peri sauce, some Yaji, which is Suya pepper, and also some chicken spice that my friend gifted me. So the first thing I do is just to eyeball it, and I just pour the peri-peri sauce on a plate, and then I add another eyeball measure of Suya powder. Just depends on how spicy you want it. And I add some seasoning as well. We don't want it to be too seasoned because there's already some seasoning in the chicken. And I just use a brush that I used to cook, and I stir it all together, and I make sure that it's thoroughly mixed. And then, so I don't want my chicken to be dry, I put in some oil. This is regular cooking oil. You can use vegetable oil, sunflower oil, it's up to you. I'm just using vegetable oil here, and I mix it together. Then on a baking tray that I wrapped in foil, I just placed the pre-boiled chicken. This is the chicken I boiled at the beginning of the video, onto my mat. And you just see I'm just laying nothing fancy. And then I take my mixture from earlier with the same paintbrush that I only use for cooking, disclaimer, and I just paint it all over the chicken. As you can see, you want to make sure that every side of the chicken is thoroughly painted. So once I'm done with this, I also flip it to the other side, and then I repeat the same process by just painting it all over as well. So once that's done, by this point I already preheated my oven, so you might want to do that down. I preheated it for about 15 minutes on just medium heat, and then I'm just going to take it right into the oven and put it there, about 10 minutes on each side. Once that's done, it should look like this, golden brown, luscious looking. You can have this with anything. My husband has this with fries, and it's just so yummy, you guys, with fries and the same peri-peri sauce or some ketchup, and just put salt and pepper and you're good to go. The last meal is so easy to make. We're going to use the red, green, yellow peppers, and we're just going to cut half of each. I've already used some of this earlier, so I'm just going to chop this into really regular slices, not too thin, not too fat. We're going to do that for all the peppers because we want our meal to be very colorful. You guys are just going to see what I'm going to do. This is so easy. So once I have that chopped up, my yellow, green, red peppers, I'm just going to, chop up my chicken as well. So this is the same chicken from earlier. These are just parts from the chicken breast, as you can see. So I'm just putting them onto a chopping board, and I'm just chopping them into sizable bits. We want pieces that is easy to throw into the mouth, basically. So once that's done, I just put some vegetable oil in a pan, and I pour in my sliced vegetables and sliced peppers. So this is just like a stir fry. I'm just using my plastic spoon to just stir that and just leave that to cook for about maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and then I put some pepper, and I didn't put any salt, just pepper, and I just stir that into place. Then I add my pre-cooked chicken that I cooked from earlier, and I also just stir it into the stir fry. So at this point you can decide to add anything you want. You can leave it this way, but me, I like my food to be very tasty and I'm very extra. So what I'm going to put now is I'm just going to put in some soy sauce, and it's just the extra dark soy sauce, and I just stir that as well. After that is done, I'm also adding the same peri-peri sauce from earlier, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm just pouring some. I know you can actually stop here, but me, I'm using it for a wrap, so I need it to be very juicy. So I just leave it on the pan to just, simmer for a little bit, and then I take it off the burner. On a flat surface, I just put some foil paper. So this is what I'm going to use for my next meal. So you can either use a submarine bread like a baguette, but today I'm going to be using just a plain wrap. So this is what I'm going to be using. So I just place my stir fry mix into the middle of this wrap, and then I put in one hot dog, and then I put mature cheddar cheese because I want it to be gooey. The heat from the stir fry is going to melt the cheese, so no worries about that. So after that is done, I put in some ketchup in the middle of the wrap, and also I put in some mayonnaise. This is just regular mayonnaise, and then I wrap the wrap. Yeah? So I just fold it inside out, and I use the foil to kind of ensure that nothing spills out. I'm just potting so you guys can see carefully. I don't have a toothpick, you can use that to hold it. So I just fold the two ends as well, and then I just go to my burner and I put it on medium heat. This is just like on the gas top, and then I leave it for about a minute on each side. After a minute, and then I flip it to the other side, so the other side equally gets some crisp to the wrap as well. Trust me, you guys, this is so yummy. It's like shawarma. So as long as your what would I call it, your chicken is well spiced and everything is right, this meal is absolutely amazing. So those are my recipes. These are my 3 recipes that I make from chicken. So please make sure you like this video, you subscribe, you share, and you leave a comment below if you'll be trying any of these recipes out. Until next time, stay blessed. Bye bye.